Right, so I decided to do a quick video. I've been getting a lot of questions about bikes not running right. So this is the Dellorto PHEB12 carb. That's the stock carb that comes on the CW50. You might get them on the Aprilas as well. Anyone that uses that Minarelli vertical engine, a lot of them will use this carb. The ones that don't use this carb will come with this one. It's a TK brand carb, very similar, as you can see, Japanese made. Anyway, the stock setup for one of these carbs. So if you have a 50cc, you haven't messed around with it, you've got one of these bikes, and you can't get it running, you can't get these two screws set right. What I would do is I would first of all open it up, make sure there's no gunk or anything else like that in it, and just check the jet. The original jet on this was 56. I just took it out of the box just to check. This was, I've jetted this already for some other purpose, but just a quick one. So 56 is the original one that was in it. Now I have 68, but that's for the 70cc kit. And then the two screws. So your fuel air mixture, that's about 2 and a little bit turns. So not 2.5, maybe 2 1/4. So what I would do is I would take that screw out, put a bit of tread locker, show you what it looks like. Do I have it? Oh yeah, there it is. Put a bit of tread locker in there, just because over time with vibrations these screws can slightly move in and out. So take it out, put a little bit of that on the tread, screw back in. But this is where I would start, about 2 turns. So as you can see, I just show you there. So this is set up perfectly. This bike runs perfectly, so there's no issues there. Now I'm not saying your bike will be exactly the same, but this is pretty close. So I'll just show you. This is two and a bit. So half, 1, 1.5, 2, and as you can see, there it is. That's that little bit. So about 2.5 turns out. Lost my count. So half, 1, 1.5, 2. So like I said, 2 and a bit. And this one is about 1 and a little bit. So that's kind of the starting point. That's your idle. Now you will need to adjust this, but this is kind of a starting point for you. If the bike is totally running wrong, it's a good starting point. So I'm just gonna bring it up a little bit, and then go half, 1 and a bit, as you can see. So it's about 1.5 turns out. So half, 1, and I'm about here on this one. Like I said, it will depend on your bike. That's why these things are not set, and that's why you can adjust them, because this isn't a guarantee it's going to run 100%, but it should be in around the right region where it should be. So yeah, so that's it. So check that, you know, there's no gunk here. It's nice and clean. This one is lovely and clean. And then yeah, if someone was messing with this, now ideally I wouldn't mess with this at all. So if the bike is running fine, don't touch this. You're not going to make the bike run any better, so don't touch it. If someone has already gone at it, well, then you've nothing to lose. But ideally, yeah, don't touch these screws at all. If they're fine, if their bike is running fine, there's no gain by adjusting anything here. You can only make the bike run worse, really. Yeah, so that's it. That was just that quick video.